Hey everyone, I'm going to do a video on how I keep my jobs clean. Now, I know I rabbit on about it all the time. Cleaner job, less time polishing. So I'm going to show you how to get finishes like this. And how I achieve them consistently. I don't want to spend much time polishing if it can be avoided. So here's my tips on how to keep jobs clean. Hope you enjoy it.
Here we go then. My first big tip for getting clean jobs is having a good blower. This is a fairly standard blower, but I've noticed it's got quite a high velocity. There's a lot of air movement from this. So any dirt that's trapped on there is going to get removed. Obviously this sprays at a lot higher pressure than the 2 bar or 29 psi that we spray at. I like to clean inside all door shuts and, completely underneath the bagging before we mask it up. Then mask it up, then blow it, then clean it. I'm using a water-based degreaser here. It's more to do with the primer that's on there. We've got a bit of aerosol over the top of this repair, and the solvent-based degreaser actually reacts with it. It almost takes it back off. It's strange, but we've been advised to just use water over this. So prior to applying the aerosol primer, I've been using a solvent-based degreaser. But it's the same. Clean it before I mask it, clean it after I mask it. You'll see here I'm using the Kirkland microfiber cloths. I've seen a lot of guys use them online. I have used them before in the past. There is a bit of difference between a tack rag, but if you're doing your cleaning properly, there should be not much difference. But I've been trying it out recently and I'm getting good results, so that's why it's in this video. But if you don't have any, I'll put a link in the description for these Kirkland cloths. But if you don't have them, just use your normal tack rag. You should get good results with that as well. But I'm just using it as a cloth and a microfiber. So you can see here I'm turning it inside out, using the blower just to remove some of the moisture from the water-based degreaser. And now I'm going to go over it as a tack rag, because they are designed to pick up the dirt and dust. It stays within the rag, and you've got to make sure you clean them regularly as well. You probably get a week out of one, depending on what your workflow is. If you've got a lot of jobs through your oven, you've got a high throughput, then you might want to clean them more regularly. But I'm having good results with these, so I threw it in the video. And you can see here as well, I'm cleaning the bagging as well. That's a good tip. I see a lot of guys that only clean the panel. You need to clean around the panel. If the car's been sat with the bagging on outside the oven for a while, there's going to be dust on it. You might not see it, it might not be massively obvious, but clean the bagging as well. Coming in with the anti-static gun. This is the Ion Star, and it's a fantastic bit of kit. Primarily used on plastics. You'll get some static from rubbing, and even airflow. It can add an amount of static to the panel. So just go over it. But I found using it on the metal panels, it doesn't hurt. And I'm just giving myself a little blow there with it as well. Blow yourself off, as strange as that sounds. And for this job I used the Wacom Slim X Lite. This is a 1.3, and same thing as always, 2 bar or 29 psi. I forget the colour code of this, Land Rover Discovery. Lovely car. But you can just see here I'm just keeping everything nice and small. There's no need to go crazy and paint out the whole panel. We could. We use the spectrometer camera system to match the colour, and we're getting really, really high results with that as well. And I think this was a 97% colour match, so it's really good. You can see we've kept it under the swage line as well, a bit of a smart repair style. There's no point going up into the whole quarter panel. If you can keep it as small as possible, then we do. And then it's just the bumper corner, but I've just put colour over this whole thing just for fun, because I love painting. It wasn't necessary to do the whole bumper, but you know, it's a better job for the customer, it's a better job for us, a bit of pride. And you can just see I'm coming in with my second coat now. This is more of the metallic orientation, your effect coat. I wonder if any of you guys, do you go like ambidextrous as well when you paint? I notice watching these videos back, I do switch from hand to hand quite a lot. Not that that's a tip for getting clean jobs, but I've noticed that on this video especially, just chucking that gun around. And that's it for this coat. I am loving the speed of this Stando Blue system from Standox. So we're coming in now with a 1.2 Wacom 360 Carbonio HTE clear, and I'm using this Standox K9550. It's a 3:1, and I'm gone 10% now with my clear. I was using the recommended 5, and I've just pushed it that little further, and I'm getting next to no orange peel, which is fantastic, again, because I want good finishes. You know, I don't want to be polishing orange peel. It's pointless having a really clean job if you're having to polish out a lot of orange peel, so I always try and push the limits with the clear coat. It can be done by overloading as well, and getting the almost manipulating the lacquer to run. I wouldn't call it a run, but it flows out to a point where it's one continuous run down the panel. It's so flat, but that's risky. So by adding more reducer, I'm just making it that little bit thinner, but it's lying on the panel a lot flatter during application, so I'm getting really, really nice finishes just by adding that small amount of thinners. You'll see here my first coat, there's nothing crazy, just getting it on, a full closed coat, but it's not glossy, it's glossy, but I'm not going for that full shine. It's probably a 75-80% coat, and now you'll notice the hand speed here, much slower. Just really taking my time now, watching what I'm doing. Getting all those edges. Can be a little bit tricky in these multiple angles, because you don't want to get a build up in the middle and end up having to run. Again, using just a finger this time, but just using your hands. Try and look up at the lights and get a reflection from the lights to see what's going on. There we go, back of your hand. Just always looking for that reflection. You know, in these hard to see areas, find a way to make sure you've got enough on. Again, you don't want to take it out of the booth and be like, damn, I've missed a bit. End up having to re-clear a bumper because you've missed a small area. Yeah, I'm just checking over, making sure everything's how it should be, how I want it to look. Really enjoying this clear coat at the minute. I'm getting fantastic finishes. I know I sound like I'm talking about it over and over and over. Probably am. Waffling on, and well done if you've made it this far through the video. And here we go, same thing, edges first. And you just notice the hand speed is a little slower, and we're loading it up to get our final finish. I'm going to leave some links in the descriptions for the products that I've used in this video, and some that I haven't. There's some handy tweezers in there. They're more for watchmakers, but they're handy to pull little bits of hairs and stuff out of there, so I'll chuck them in, and a couple of other useful links. I'd like to thank you all for making it this far through the video. I'd like to thank you for your time. See you in the next one.